UK, right? Good morning, everybody, Nigerians in diaspora, Nigerians in the UK. This is to say, yes, congratulations. The visitor is the visitor is around again. So we're expecting, of course, we're going to welcome your guests. And so that's on the punch. Buhari leaves for UK on medical follow-up. Of course, you all know that since time immemorial in this country, we've never had a hospital that can treat any government official that we know. Okay, the only time they get treated here, they die. That's why they always have to run abroad. You remember those ones that were trying to manage their health because they couldn't fly abroad during corona lockdown. It's not easy. Only the few ones that were already used to treatment here in Nigeria survived. The rest of them, mashume, na abroad, or they don't come out at all. In fact, they did so much that they started hoarding everything, including hoarding. According to Falano, they were hoarding in the moon. So this is just to tell our brothers in UK, your guest is on his way again. I have only 3 papers, so because most of them are saying nearly the same thing, so I have to just randomly choose 3. All right. Now, this one is coming from Lawan, your National Assembly leader. This is the person who succeeded Saraki. He says Nigeria is very poor and that you guys must borrow again for infrastructure. By the time this administration ends, you have sold Nigeria to different, already maybe up to about 60% China already owns Nigeria. I don't know to how many percent is the British, America, and others who are bringing in their, who are coming to buy plants in Nigeria. By the time this administration ends, we will know. All of us should just start taking citizenship for free of all the countries that have come to purchase this country through different loan schemes, different investment schemes, different this and that. And the only people that are getting wealthier for it are still the same politicians, and they never quit the scene. Don't forget that our youth have already started campaigning again on Twitter. One name was trending yesterday on Twitter. I think they say Atiku. Our youth, yeah, of course they always hide under the excuse of I have my right to support who I like. Buhari's too are their right. By the time we are all done under the guise of I have my rights, they pay influencers to sway opinions. They package them, and then we queue under each oppressors we like to say I have my right to choose who I like. We'll now come back and start complaining. Although I supported him, but I have right to also criticize him. I regret it. That is not to say you will not still go and choose another that is also an oppressor, or you also know is corrupt, or you also know is. When is enough actually enough? At what point do you say these people have had enough of us? Can we start looking for our freedom now? When is enough enough? And like I said the other time, that the Nigerians that I know, the same people who joined the Sunday Igboho crowd the other day, when I said the people accused me, they yabbed me, they did also. I said the same crowd will be the same people to post APC and PDP posters. People abuse me. It has started. Anyways, the last paper here today is citing national interest. PNB shifts ground on restructuring. ahead. Now that all the governors are saying, oh no, no, we want restructuring, all the resources we are generating is only going to this, is only going to that. We don't want we want to control our ports, we want to control our internally generated revenue, we want to control your governor simply wants more resources. So the moment your governor started mounting this pressure, Buhari is shifting ground. Okay, so that simply means anytime we come together and say this is what we want, we get results. Even though SARS is still somehow operating in its own, but they can't come out to say they are SARS again. But what followed when we came together and say we no longer want SARS? They struggled, they said no, it's not possible, crime will increase, but we said that is what we insist on. What did they do? But I also heard, shockingly, I have heard that some groups in Lagos are trying to take the July 3rd, and I'm not trying to scare anyone. I mean, this is also something that Yoruba agitators already know, so it's not as if I'm making it up. In fact, I heard it from them that they've already started. Rival cult gangs have already chosen the July 3rd day that peaceful self-determination protesters, they're not even protesting, peaceful people who just want to come and do an awareness rally in Lagos. Rival cult gangs have chosen the same day to use it for their bloodbath. Now, these are poor people versus poor people who want to kill themselves, using the avenue that there's a rally. So it's an avenue to come out and start aiming themselves and kill. It's not as if they want to disrupt the rally. No, it's not as if they want to, but they want to take the avenue. Now, whether this is just being cooked up or not, but we have started hearing it already. But what I want to simply bring out is, whether it is rumor or truth, we see it happen every day, every time in Lagos. Go to Lagos State Polytechnic, you see students killing themselves. Poor students kill themselves in the name of I belong to group A or this fraternity, you belong to the other fraternity, and we are in a show of superiority. Poor versus poor. You have this kind of strength, this kind of muscle. You are not showing it against your oppressor. Oppressed versus oppressed. Poor versus poor, for that matter. But haven't you considered that when you put down all this ego, come together and say, see, what is our common problem? Can't we just harmonize these powers that we both have and confront the people who are making this country not to go forward? Or are you not considering that when you are gone, you will definitely have offspring, or you'll be raising another generation, and that your own children too, there's no future for them if you don't make the way for them now? Rather than looking to kill another potential father who is a poor person in another cult group or whatever, okay, why not look to say, let's come together and see how we can prepare future for our offspring? Why are we not thinking in that direction? Why must it be my camp is against your camp, and it's not as if you have anything to show for it? It's not as if you have anything to show for it. It's just my group versus your group, your own group versus the other group, all of us. In fact, there's now this very, I don't want to use any word anyhow, but it's comical. It's completely nauseating to see people using the logic of the enemy of my enemy is my enemy. No, the enemy of my enemy is automatically my friend. The friend of my enemy is also my enemy. The enemy of my friend, I will also inherit that enmity, is also my enemy because it's enemy to my friend. Have you considered what made them enemies? Whether it does not even apply to you. But if you look at it at the end of the day, you all have something in common. You all have something in common. Okay, I think I should start taking the comments. Smeds Maduka Uka. So you get small sense. If I even say I don't get at all, I don't go me. Like some people advise me to start blocking, but I say I will never. It's undemocratic. Allow people come out. Allow people to come out and express their level of perception. Let them. After all, their name did here. So I'm not go abuse. I'm not go block anybody. It's undemocratic. I won't do it. I will allow you continue. In fact, the beauty of it is when everybody don't agree with me, it allows us to see the other angle too. So I love that. Bring it on. Smeders just abuse me. I get small sense, but because I still believe in one Nigeria. However, depression will be the way out, so that no tribe will feel cheated or tribal war will reduce. Okay, but let me quickly respond to Smedex there. Maduka, you see, I still carry Nigerian passport for now. You too, you still carry that passport, and you still spend naira. If you are not in Nigeria, your family members in Nigeria still do. Yes, we all want independent. We all want independent nations, right? But we also know that it is not going to be immediate. It will not happen immediately. So when you have a long-term goal, it doesn't mean you should shut yourself off the benefits of the short term, or it doesn't mean you should shut yourself out of existence by closing yourself against the reality of the short term. Your short term is survival. If you don't survive in Nigeria, you cannot make it down to the Eldorado, or you can't make it down to the new nation, because it is not happening now, but you still live in the now. So how the way you people interpret fighting against oppression while you are still in Nigeria as fighting compulsorily for one Nigeria is what I don't get. The logic you use. You know, I've always said that I believe in independent nations and self-determination, but that's why we are still here. We still exist here, and we must make sure we survive here. We don't continue to give room for our oppression here, because those ones say that we are distracted by our long-term goal, and they continue to take us for granted because they are okay. You are going to do. You are going to Biafra. Okay. Oh yeah, increase fuel price. Let's collect all the money. Let's sniff life out of them. Increase fuel price. Oh yeah, they will not complain. They are going to do. Increase toll. They will not complain. Increase food price. They will not complain. They are going to do. Increase this. Increase that. Don't pay salary. They will not complain. So because of the long-term goal, we should leave our short-term existence. No now. So glorious one, there's nothing like I love one Nigeria so much. I'm only saying, even if you want to divide, you still have to come together to achieve it, and that's the point. Even if you want to divide, you will still have to come together to achieve the division. Yeah, there's unity in achieving division. That otherwise you are a dot in the circle. Yeah, poor versus poor, killing themselves, arguing against themselves. Dot in the circle. It doesn't affect. It doesn't disrupt anything. The system continues. Yeah. So while you are still here, survive in the now before you can say you get to the. I want to take this avenue to thank all of you who have made this particular show a favorite. You know, because I came late today, people already started messaging me asking, no update today, no news update today. That means this particular show on its own in itself is already gaining acceptance by people, and then we can only make it better. So I'll do that. What other things have I not touched? Yeah. Okay, we don't need only one formula. I agree with you. You know, but to not be antagonizing other people who are fighting against their oppression and saying it's because they are still interested in one Nigeria. That's why they are fighting against government not paying pension. That's why they are fighting against government increasing fuel price. That's why they are fighting against. So if government wants to stifle my life now, I should not. If they want to remove oxygen too, if they have the power to remove oxygen, we should not fight, because it's not our home. They have promised me one new republic somewhere. No, that is a long time ago. We can start working on that, but I must survive first now. Yeah, I must fight for my rights to survive here. Okay, say Smedes came back and said that is not how I should reason. The country that got their freedom, but they are using their ID and use their money as, but still fighting. Of course, nobody has said you should stop. So you are the one who doesn't get it. Please, if you want me to clear you better, help me by inbox me. I mean, you are the one on my show. You should inbox me. You two should stop attacking those agitating for independent nations by your utterances. Give me an example of how I've attacked them. They are the ones who always came to say, you are fighting for one Nigeria. And I've always asked them, how does fighting for my rights while I'm still here amount to fighting for one Nigeria? Have I ever seen carry the placard and say compulsorily one Nigeria? Have I ever done that before? Who has said so? We are only saying you should not distract yourselves by putting all your energies into one thing that is not something you will do now. I mean, we are not going to have that republic now. That one we know. Let's not pretend. Okay? But we can be working on it. That does not therefore mean, what is even the latest now? Too many things that we can't even remember, because there are just too many things to tackle. They ban Twitter, we will not talk, because when we get our own new republic, we will have our own app. Alright, gentlemen and ladies, let me leave you with that. Those are the important headlines today. I appreciate all of you for coming on the show again. I need to do some other work. I gotta go now. I'll see you again. Bye. Yeah, I'll come back to talk about Baba Jesha later. Okay. The update on the case and other gossips under it, or other intrigues. I'll see you again. Bye. Is this Larry Safari? Should I do this guy now? No. Let me do Larry Safari.
Hey, vagabonds in power. They didn't want me, they want you. Government in power. It don't tell them they play also. The vagabonds in power. They didn't want me, they want you. The government in power. It don't tell them they